All right, Drive Radio fans, I'm your host, John Rush. Today, behind the camera is Richard Rush, my son. And no, we're not professional videographers. Some of you have commented that you don't necessarily like the way we edit and or do these reviews. Well, you know, we're in a free country and you don't have to watch us. So other than that, enjoy the rest of the review for those of you that do like watching the reviews and enjoy what we do. And no, we are not professionals. We're car guys. I do a radio station, or do a radio show on a station here in Denver on a weekly basis called Drive Radio, and that's why we do these reviews. So right here, 2015 Subaru Legacy. Pardon the water and stuff that's on it. We've had a very rainy summer here in Colorado, and we're getting into the fall now, and it's been rainy the last few days. But 2015 Legacy, all-wheel drive, 3.6 boxer engine. This is the limited version of the Subaru Legacy. This is the roomiest Legacy ever built so far. $33,380 as equipped. That's the vehicle we actually drove. 29 miles to the gallon is what I averaged, which, by the way, is really great, I think, for this particular car. Windshield, they moved this windshield forward about 2 inches, gave it more of a rake, thereby giving it a 10% efficiency in the aerodynamic area. One of the cool things I do like about this car, too, is it's got very cool lighting. These lights down here, they're called cornering lamps. When you actually turn the corner, the wheel one direction or the other, as long as the fog lamps aren't on, they actually light up, help you go around the corner, which is really a cool feature. Actually, it's a feature we used to have way back in the 70s on certain cars. This also has a limited keyless entry, and I don't know all the details on it, so forgive me. I'm trying to get some details even from Subaru, but it's got the ability similar to what OnStar and some of the other companies have, where if you are going out on an outing, you're going to get wet, things along those lines, you don't want to take your keys with you, you can actually hide the key inside, then use your smartphone or some other, I haven't quite figured out exactly how it works, but there's a 4-digit code that gives you the ability to actually unlock the car and get back in it. I'll do more research on that and try to add that into my written review once I find out the exacts on that, give you some links to it, but I apologize, I just don't have those facts in front of me, but that is a feature on this particular car. This also has the new infotainment system that we'll get into when we do the interior, eyesight driving, but just let's walk around real quick, look at the car. It's a very good looking car. The Legacy is a staple car for Subaru. They've done very well with this car. Very roomy back end that we'll get into in the interior in a moment. Very powerful car. This car runs and works really well for almost 30 miles to the gallon on an all-wheel drive car. I had some folks even comment that, wow, John, you know, this car is really almost a luxury type car when you get inside of it. When we go and look at the interior, you'll know what I talk about. Yeah, this is not your typical average Subaru. They've really come a long ways on the luxury end of things, and this car competes very, very well in a segment, and as you can see, is the only car in its class that has standard all-wheel drive. So let's go on a test drive. We'll come back, we'll do the interior, and continue to watch the review. All right, folks, 2015 Subaru Legacy, as we've been talking. I'm going to move my seat up just a little bit. We had it all the way back to show you how much room there was in the back, which, again, you can see there's plenty of room up front. They've redid the entire interior. We'll talk more about that when we come back on the interior portion. One thing we do want to talk about for a moment in the driving portion is they call this the new Starlink system. Richard and I commented on this on the Outback. Thank you, Subaru. You needed to do an upgrade to your infotainment system, your nav, all of that, and they did a great job. It works so much better. All a touch type screen, which Richard talked about. You can change the voice language here if you want to go to a male voice, female voice.
Drive carefully.
It'll actually talk to you. Here's the female voice.
Have a nice trip. Drive carefully.
And the other.
Have a nice trip. Drive carefully.
So there you go. You can do all of that, different types of voices. It's called Starlink. It also gives the ability, this particular model, the limited model, has the ability to, as I said, I'll talk about this in a moment, it actually has the ability to unlock the vehicle if you put your keys inside of it. That's a really cool feature. But let's start driving. We won't even go through the backup portion. It's got the backup camera built in. This particular vehicle has the what does Subaru call this, Richard? I can't remember.
Either eyesight.
Eyesight, sorry. This has the eyesight option on it, which gives the lane departure, collision avoidance. This particular vehicle has blind spot indicators, also tells you if somebody's pulling in behind you. But they've done a nice job. This car has a nice ride, a nice feel. If this particular road that we're on had some stripes on it, we could actually show you how the lane departure works. But again, we talk all the time, you know, you need to get out and drive one of the vehicles for yourself. All of the stuff in the videos that you see, that's all great, and it gives you some reference. It gives you, kind of helps you narrow down what you actually want to go out and look at. But the bottom line is you've got to go out yourself, get behind the wheel like I am right now, 2015 Subaru Legacy. We love this car, at least I do. This is a great car. This is a car I could buy, drive every day, use it in the city, use it in the mountains, symmetrical all-wheel drive. It's just a fantastic vehicle that works great. Continue on, we'll come back and do the interior. All right, guys, we're back from the driving portion. Hope you enjoyed that. Wish you guys could go with us. That's always a lot easier. And as we always say, please go out and drive a car. I mean, these reviews are just for reference. It's to get you guys interested, give you the basics. I cannot sell you a car through a video, nor would I ever try to. Every vehicle is different. Every person out there has a different vehicle need. And by the way, folks, even it's a side comment, the comments that come in on any YouTube video that you watch, especially on car reviews, disregard all of those. You need to go drive the vehicle, do the research yourself. Everybody's tastes on a particular product is going to be 100% different from somebody else's. So be sure that you go out and drive the car, and I say 100% different. You may have similar likes and dislikes to somebody else, but you get my drift. Everybody's needs are different. What one person likes in a car may not be what you like or need in a car, so do your own research. Legacy, big trunk. Richard just commented on that a moment ago. The seats actually fold down to where you can really get a lot of room. By the way, the Legacy I didn't mention in the earlier part of the review, built on the same platform as the Outback, so they share a lot of the same things. Same type of drivetrain, etc. Same wheelbase, to my knowledge. I think basically they're the same car. They just do different bodies on the actual car itself. So big back end here. Nice leg room when you get in the back seat. One of the other comments I had from somebody that actually rode in the back seat. Again, this seat is back all the way. Here's the leg room that I've actually got. This seat, very easy to put back up. Center console folds down. Here in the middle, cup holders, headrest if you are sitting in the middle. Very comfortable car to ride in the back seat of. By the way, like, you know, Subaru's done a great job. I keep commenting on that even on the radio show itself. They've done a great job. They started really getting after it in about 2008, 2009. In fact, Subaru, most people don't know this, they were the only car company to actually have growth during the recession because of some of the innovative things that they actually came out with. So it's a very good staple car. Of course, here in Colorado, the all-wheel drive system that they have works fantastic. Yeah, they did change the infotainment system. We talked about that during the driving portion a little bit. I'm not going to get into great details of that. You can look up the research on that on your own, but they did a great job with that. Interior, again, very nice. This particular model comes with a sunroof built in, and this is very similar to the Outback review that we just did, because this front portion of this car is not a lot different. In fact, if you didn't look at the outside of the car, climbed in and actually hopped in it, it looks very similar to the Outback. I mean, everything from the way the door panels work, the memory on the seats, the buttons on the dash, the steering wheel, it's all very, in fact, it's identical on that side of the fence, this car versus the Outback. Richard, you drove the Outback even more than I did. What do you think as far as that side of it goes?
Very similar cars. If you could take the insides of both cars, set them out for someone to sit in and play with, you would not know the difference outside of you're in the crossover type with the Outback or station wagon type.
You're basically going from a sedan, to Richard's point, to a wagon.
Exactly. And both cars work extremely well. And for the value, we talked about that with the Outback. In my opinion, thought the Outback was higher. And in the case of this car, it's that $33,000 with the luxury feel on the inside. In my opinion, great buy.
This car's a great buy, and you can see from the back end how much room's in it. So again, hope you enjoyed the Legacy. Great car. I've loved the Legacy, you know, ever since they've been out. It's been a great car. But listen to us on the radio if you can. Drive Radio. We're on Saturdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and that's on AM 560 here in the Denver market. You can find us on the TuneIn app on your iPhone or your Android phone, your smartphone, either way. You can also find us at 560thesource.com. Listen to us live. And with that, we're out of here. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for our next review.